Yeah. It's supposed to have music and everything, but it's no. What's up, everybody? You probably see the countdown coming in right now. We are getting ready to go live, 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 live. So if you can see this right now, send the link out to everyone. Let everybody know we have the man himself, the infamous, the the almost fastest man in the history of the world, almost fastest in the history, but he's in the top 10. I'm gonna put him in the top 10 because I gotta make him feel sweet. Can't make him feel like we don't see him out here. So just get this up and running. Make sure my audio sounds are good. If my audio sounds are good, let me know. I would have played some music, but I didn't get a playlist from Ato, so I don't even know what songs he likes. Like what song he want me to come and intro him to. Like Jesus Christ Superstar. Like what does he want me to intro him to? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? So
Alive and well. Alive and well from voice.
alive and well from voice. Okay. Oh man, now you testing my DJ ability. Alive and well from voice. Let's see if I can find that. You funny, you funny, you funny. Alive and well from voice. I'm pulling up my DJ set now. I'm pulling up my DJ set. Yeah. So big up to everybody who's coming in and passing through. When you come on in here, please make sure that you like the live, please, because it's important for us to get back in it's important for me to get back into the saddle of things, and I am appreciative of Ato for coming today because I've been kind of in a funk and going through a lot of things. So now I'm getting back in the biz, and he's come here to help me get back in the biz. So when friends, what's the saying? Ato, friends in need are friends indeed. You can't see him yet. He's in the back room hiding. So what you say?
That's
Alive?
true.
You said voice alive and well. That's what you want to hear. Let's see if we got this
Yep.
now. Hold on there. Hold on there. How about I bring you into that? Yeah, I can now pull up and everything now. I'm like I can turn into like big DJ
Eh,
now.
eh.
Ato. You know what I mean? Watch it, watch it, watch it. You know what I mean? I can do all kind of
Eh,
thing
eh,
now.
eh. All of that.
I had to
You,
level up on the horse.
no Caribbean DJ can just let anything piano. You must wheel it first.
Yeah, so you see, I had to level up on the horse, I had to level up on the horse, man. I'm telling you. So big up yourself, Ato Boldon. Thank you so much for coming here today. You know you are Team Babbzy family for life. I have a random question for you. What's your most favorite Team Babbzy product? I think I know what it is, but I'm not gonna say. You tell me what it is.
Favorite Team Babbzy product? I'd have picked just one.
Dear Babbzy. Dear Babbzy's your ting. Dear Babbzy
I
is your
mean,
ting.
I don't think it's a close second. I mean,
Dear Babbzy,
some
eh?
of the advice requests that you get, I go, wow.
Yeah.
Kind of stuff that, listen, people trust you, because it's the kind of stuff that you would think people would take to the grave, and yet here they are asking you. I know you're not gonna out them, but still it's like, woo.
Yeah, and like some of them things is real serious, boy. Telling you. But the truth of the matter is, I really gotta trust Babsy, man. I got everybody's back out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? I got everybody's back out here in these streets. So how are you doing? Talk to us. Let us know how you feeling and everything today, and how's it going over there.
I am good. Just got back from California. Went and see my beloved 49ers beat the pants off of the Atlanta Falcons. Off season is kind of winding down. Most people in track and field are getting ready to start back their training for the next for 2026.
Right.
And I am also giving myself maybe about a week off, and then I'm gonna get back into. I have some coaching coming up. NFL hopefuls coming yeah, end of December, beginning of January. But apart from that, I just enjoying the fact that this is one of the times that living in Florida is good because the weather is still mid 80s here.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So question, like you said, the track and field people are gearing up for 2026. What's the typical season for track and field runners? What kind of season do they have? Like when does it start? When does it end normally?
It depends on if you're running indoors. If you're running indoors, well, regardless of whether you're running indoors or not, you're probably going to start your pre-season training, your fall, what we call the fall training, in most will start October, some will start early November, but most not many later than that. In terms of the season, by the end of January, the pro season has started. That's usually like Melrose Games, Boston in the US. You start to see a lot of the European meets unfold around then. And then the season doesn't end until mid-September. So if you run indoors and out, you will be competing from about February all the way through to mid-September.
Okay. Okay. So, when you were training back in the day, you did indoor and outdoor, right?
I still not a big fan of indoors.
Yeah.
I think I probably ran 2 indoor seasons in my whole life. It just, to me, indoors always interrupted my training. I liked to train from mid October or whenever we started, all the
Mhm.
way through until outdoor starts, which is usually around April, May. In California, it used to be April, so it's not an accident. I don't think I have it anymore, but at one point I had like the 3 or 4 fastest times ever run in April. So
Well, I have a race
I was
here.
always I was always ready early.
I have a race here. I go pull up for you, right? I go
Uh
pull up
oh.
this race here for you, right? We go watch this one here together. This is an old time race here, right? We go watch
Men's
this one.
200 meters final. There's no doubt that the
Yeah,
favourites, I think, will be
it's
in lane
almost
3, Ato
almost
Boldon,
30
and
years
in
old
lane
now. That's
4, Frank
crazy.
Fredericks. Frank Fredericks
This is
here,
97.
twice a double Olympic silver medalist. He's got Ato Boldon on his inside. And Boldon off very well indeed.
Yes.
So too is Garcia out in lane 6. Fredericks now getting into his running round the bend. Boldon in lane 3. He's well up on Fredericks. John Drummond running well on the inside. And also Garcia still with the Greek coming up Panagiotopoulos. But look at Boldon. Boldon is going
Gone.
clear of the field.
Gone.
Boldon is going to win by a big
Gone.
margin. Fredericks
Gone.
is in second place. And Claudinei da Silva of Brazil just gets up to take the bronze medal. Well, a very clear
Gone.
victory indeed there for Ato Boldon. He may have disappointed in the 100, but he's come good in the 200 meter.
Wait, is that Maurice Green hugging you up right there?
That's Maurice.
Yo, you guys, I didn't know you guys were that close, man. That's Maurice Green, man.
He was the best man at my wedding.
Oh, shoot. My dad loves Maurice Green. My dad loved Maurice Green. My dad
Yeah,
loved
no,
Maurice Green.
Maurice and I were more like brothers than training partners.
Oh, okay.
While we were training together. That the call of that race is okay, but after the race, the other announcer keeps referring to me as the little man. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm 5'9", almost 5'10". How am I the little man?
You know what? Commentators aggravate the hell out of me, Like I'm telling
That's
you.
all right. I aggravate some people too.
And you know who there's somebody that I really don't like. I don't even want to start off with no controversy, but there's a guy that I really, really don't like when he talks about you.
Stephen A. Smith.
No, not Stephen A. Smith.
No.
Not even that big. It's this big face fella from Jamaica that's be on the news. What's he name, man? The greasy big face fella. He could play.
The
Okay,
Maverick.
Maverick. If Biggie Smalls had lived long, he would play Biggie Smalls in the adult years as in the biopic. I don't like him at all. I don't.
Why you don't like him?
Because he always dissing small island people, and he always got something slick and sly to say. So then it was like you had made comments about Sharika and Elaine, and he got so mad about it, and he's just like, "You're Trinidadian," and it's just like, why are you referring to him as the Trinidadian? Why are you not referring to him as Ato Boldon?
I
Like,
find him very amusing.
I don't like him at all.
I find him very amusing. Let me tell you why I like him. One, because I really think I know he loves his sport, and I never feel like it's anything personal. I say that, and then the last thing that he did about me, I found it most amusing of all. And here's why. There's a cross section of the Jamaican fan base that find Ato shouldn't say anything ever about Jamaica.
Right.
What's funny about that is my Jamaican friends and my Trini friends find that very amusing because
Right.
it's like, do they not know that you are half Jamaican? One.
Yeah.
And two, it's like saying, yes, you must cover the Premiership, but you mustn't talk about Liverpool or Manchester United. It's like
the same thing with me.
But-
I'm a Caribbean blogger.
But let's get back to Maverick. Maverick had me laughing at home because I saw, he put out an episode, and basically he said, he's coming to the conclusion that I came to last year, this year. And the conclusion was, somebody had asked me before the Olympics what I thought about Elaine's chance. I said, no, Elaine is done as a threat. And almost an innocuous comment from somebody who has covered this sport for 20 years. And some of those, I shouldn't say all, because it's really not all. He lost his mind as if to say, how dare this Trini say this about Japan? And it was like, wait a minute. So how is it that when I give an opinion about somebody from Jamaica, suddenly I am the Trini attacking Jamaicans? Of course, now 365 days later, he has essentially said the same thing. But let me tell you what he said that pissed me off.
Yeah, talk,
He
man.
said something. He said something towards the end, like, is Ato even Trinidadian anymore? Because Lord knows if I moved here at 14 and I am on NBC, there's no way I can be Trini. And I always find those kinds of comments so funny. It's like, listen, when all you want to list what you all have done for your country, anytime all you're ready for that, come.
Yeah.
Until then, hush all your ass, including Maverick.
Yes, Maverick, you hush your.
So Maverick is like, and here's the funniest thing about the whole Jamaican fan base, some of them and me. If you go back for the last 5 things that I have said, all of them have literally come true. It started. And somebody sent me the list the other day. I laugh. I say, I wasn't aware of this. When Asafa was chasing his 100 sub-10s, somebody, as usual, and I don't volunteer these things, these are things that when I am on a show, somebody asks me, Ato, what do you think about Asafa chasing? I said, no. When the body's done, it's done. I've been there. Asafa's not getting to 100. I think even Asafa himself came out, oh, he's so disrespectful. I was like, how is that disrespectful? Anyhow, bottom line is Asafa never got to 100. Fast forward now. The leading to Paris last year for the Olympics.
Right.
Ato, what do you think about the medal chances for Jamaica? Again, this is not me. I ain't tweeting it out on X.
Right.
This is me being on a show like yours, and somebody says, Ato, in your opinion. I said, the big 3 is not what they used to be. Jamaicans should temper their expectations.
Oh,
headline: Boldon says the Jamaican team will do poorly in Paris. Of course, now mind you, none of the big 3 got any medals in the Paris Olympics last year.
Exactly.
Sharika Jackson. I say, let me see Sharika run because I think she's a little more injured than she's letting on. Because she got an injury just before the Olympics.
Right.
Again, Ato disrespecting Sharika. Sharika never runs a single step in the Olympic game.
No.
So it's a constant thing. So the Elaine thing is just put that with the rest of things where I am on a show. Somebody asks me my opinion. I give my opinion. Some of the Jamaican fans freak out. And then nobody circles back and says, but wait a minute.
Ato
But he's
was right.
literally been right about just about everything
I go
he
through
said.
the same thing.
I say it all the time. I have the best job in the world. I get to fly first class all over the planet and go to the best track meets on the planet. So if it is that I have to deal with that sometimes, I find that's a good trade-off.
Yeah, see, I guess because you're not in the trenches as much as I am, so you don't really have to deal with it as aggressively as I do. Like, if I go and post up the travel advisory and it's like, oh, be careful to travel to Jamaica right now
I
because
see
this,
it.
that, and you see them attack me, and I'm like, but are they killing people in Waterhouse or not? Are they shooting people in Seaview or not? Like, what you mad with me about, dog? Like, will you vex with me over? Like, it's like they all, like, they even the other day, I posted up the Curacao soccer team, and I did not know they just beat Jamaica for the World Cup. I guess CONCACAF qualifiers. So they're jamming to this song, and I like the song, and I'm looking at the men because you know me, I told I'm on this looking at men thing right now, right? So now I'm looking at the men, right? So I'm looking at the men, and I'm like, yo, he look good. The little tall, little light skinned one with the little braids in his hair. I don't really do light skin, but I kind of like him. So they
Oh
jam into this
gosh.
compa song. So I posted up and they're like, "Yo, you only posted that because they beat Jamaica." And I'm like, "Hold on a minute, beat Jamaica in what?" Like I didn't even know I
Listen,
didn't even know what sport they played. I didn't see a soccer ball. I knew they were some type of athletes, but they could have been water polo. They could have. I didn't know what they did, and it was like a serious meltdown on the page over it. I'm like, nah, man, nah, man.
listen. There are a lot of miserable people out there in the world. There have always been. The difference is everybody has a phone now.
Yeah,
So everybody, it's not just enough now to have an opinion. You have to state it. And sometimes I just look at them and I go, "Wow, you really, really need a life." I'll give you another example.
yeah,
Tomorrow night I am hosting Oblique Seville, the Jamaican 100-meter world champion,
yeah.
on my Instagram live. In the comments, here comes somebody. Why you not calling him the world's fastest man like you did Noah? I scrolled down a little bit in my own Instagram and I realized I literally said on one of those lives, the world's fastest man is whoever is the current world Olympic champion. So I am very much looking forward to talking to Oblique. I have admired him from afar from a while. I was worried that he wasn't gonna figure it out, and he figured it out this year
Yeah,
and got that win. And now Jamaica gets back that 100-meter pendulum that keeps going US Jamaica for
Jamaica.
the men. Went four for Jamaica, four for the US. Back to Jamaica now. And I think the Jamaicans are gonna hold on to it now for a while actually.
What do you feel about Kashane? Kashane Thompson.
Kishane's not going anywhere. And in the same way that Oblique figured it out and went fourth, eighth, first in the last 4 years, I think Kishane is going to be like, no, 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 no. I lost in Paris. Should have probably won there. I lost in. I don't think anybody was beating Oblique in Tokyo. He just is. It was his time.
Right.
But I think Kishane is gonna look up and go, oh no, 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 I'm right there. Maybe I have to run some more 200s. Maybe I have to really work on my last 30 or 40. No, 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 Kishane, please, Kishane could be the next world champion.
You think so? I like
Yeah,
Kashane. And you know what I like about him? I like that he's kind of like untouched from the media standpoint, so he doesn't really come across like that whole cocky, arrogant type of personality. He always comes across like, "Hi, good afternoon," like that,
yeah,
like that kind
yeah.
of a way. He's not like a
Very
Noah
likable guy.
Lyles, where Noah
Yes.
Lyles is like, "Yeah, I'm here," like that kind of a thing. Like Kashane always comes across so like composed and like actually
Yeah.
timid in a sense. Like he doesn't even know if he should say certain things. So I like him like that because he's still untainted if
Yeah,
you
he,
say
he
it.
seems to he seems to be a natural introvert, whereas Noah is the exact opposite. Yeah, there's not a lot of introvert sprinters, certainly not on the men's side, but I think Kishane qualifies. I don't know if I could remember properly what the sound of Kishane's voice. I'd love to see him do more interviews and
Yeah,
get his media presence
his
stronger because
brand
he's
up.
a hell of an athlete. And like I said, I
Yeah,
think he could be the next. I think he might be the next world champion in the 100 if Oblique and some of the others aren't ready. In another 2 years.
yeah, yeah. So the women now. So last year, so I'll tell you how my Olympics went last year. I had to stay off social media the entire time during the track and field.
Why?
So I had planned this big live to do, and then when I got up the morning, I'm like, photo finish between Kashane Thompson and Noah Lyles, I was like, let me not go on social media today because I knew that Jamaicans would attack me. They'd be like, so why do you think about da 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 da? And I would have been like, well, it's always been the torso over the line for. So I didn't even want to touch it, so I just stayed off social media. Then when Julian Alfred won the gold in for the women, right? I saw such anger by a lot of Jamaicans to the point where they were trying to claim her. They were like, hey, you know what? She trained in Jamaica for 18 months. So it's our Dasheen and it's our Yam that made her win. And I was just like, you're going to really try to tell St. Lucians right now on their first gold medal ever since competing in 1996 that their gold belongs to Jamaica? This is going to be a very bad day on social media. Let me get off of this.
I said this. I said this in an interview this year, and this is not just to one fan base. It's to all of them.
Yeah.
All the fan bases have to lose better.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah.
Because and we went back to the examples in recent memory. When Shawnee dives at the line, falls at the line, depending on which side you're on, to beat Allison in Rio. Right. American fans lost it. It's not diving. It's not this. It's not that. That shouldn't be allowed.
Right.
2008, David Neville in the 400 for men. And then you have Chris Brown from Bahamas. So now the roles are switched and it's Bahamas and USA. And same thing, the Bahamians are. And then fast forward now to last year, there were Jamaicans who I know better, and they were like, "Oh, Kashane got robbed." I was like, "But you can see the picture, you can see the space. How you mean Kashane got robbed?" And I said, "Listen, the Jamaican women swept in '08.
Right.
Everybody was supporting. Everybody rallied behind that, right? Swept in 2021. All three on the podium, Jamaicans. Everybody's like, yay, Jamaica.
Yeah.
2022, they sweep again. Yay, Jamaica. So wait a minute. So you guys are only happy and not spewing hate on Beyonce's internet.
Yeah.
When you win.
Right.
When you lose, it's death to America. And oh, okay. It's like so all the fan bases have to learn how to lose better. I understand. Listen, I understand. I don't necessarily have I root more for a team because I've lived here for 40 something years.
Right.
I understand how people get about their squad, about their side. It's just that it's like lose and win with the same kind of class, please.
That was my thing over the Julian Alfred situation because I felt like, okay, Jamaica, you've always won. You win all the time. You have all these gold medals. This is St. Lucia's first gold medal. This is their first medal.
Medal period. Correct. Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So it was like, okay, you're vexed. Come off the internet for the day and just go, eat some dasheen and yam or do what you say that you're supposed to be doing. But it was like you intentionally came into threads where, St. Lucians were happy about their win. And then you were just like, that doesn't belong to you. That actually belongs to us. And it was like, just congratulate and move on and go be vexed in the shower. Like it was
kind of sad. Some people really embarrassed themselves because it was like, okay, yes, we know she went to school in Jamaica and that's fantastic. I mean, listen, and they do it a lot. I mean, there are people who are like, oh, his mother's from Jamaica. Oh, well, no wonder he's fast. I'm like, wait a minute. I am from Trinidad and Tobago.
Right.
We won the Olympic gold medal on the men's side in 1976.
Right.
Okay? You have to wait 32 more years for Jamaica to win one. How is it now that so nothing fast can happen unless it have Jamaican genes? The fan bases get crazy.
Yeah,
they get crazy sometimes.
And it's like Caribbean people can't be successful unless they've had some Jamaican dasheen and Jamaican yam. And like Obadeli didn't have anything to do with Jamaica. You know what I'm saying? So like I don't like that at times. I feel like sometimes, look, man, let the little island have the little joy. You know what I'm saying? Like they got their first medal ever. Just let them celebrate. You win all the time.
Look at Dominica.
Yeah.
Same thing. Dominica gets their first gold medal last summer. Listen, those scenes from St. Lucia and how those people reacted. I mean, we have old footage of that with Hazley. We have footage of that with me, with Kishon,
Right.
people winning world championships for the first time, Olympic gold medals for the first time. That's a special moment. You don't want, you can't rain on nobody's parade. You can't rain on nobody's parade like that for your own selfish fandom. No, that's just wrong.
Well, let me give you some flowers while you're here right now. Let me pull a list together of what you got, your accolades, right? So you have at the Olympic Games, you have a silver medal at Sydney 2000 in the 100 meters. You have a bronze medal in 1996 in the 100 meters. Is that the year Obadeli ran? Is that same year? Is Obadeli 96?
Obadeli ran 96, but his medal came in Sydney because Oba got bronze behind Maurice and I in the 100, and then he got fourth behind me in the 200.
Okay, then you
So
got
Oba has one Olympic medal, and it's from Sydney, but he ran in Atlanta as well.
Then you got a bronze in 1996 Atlanta in the 200, and you got a bronze in Sydney 2000 in the 200 meters. So you got bronze, and silver at the Olympic Games. Then at the World Championships, you got a gold in 1997 Athens in the 200. That's the race we just showed, right? Then you got a silver in Edmonton for the 4x100 meter relay in 2001. You got a bronze in Gothenburg 1995 in the 100 meters. And then you got a bronze in 2001 Edmonton in the 100 meters. At the Pan American Games, you got a silver in 2003 in Santo Domingo in the 4x100. In the Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur in 1998, you got gold in the 100. In the Goodwill Games, you got in 1998 in New York, you got gold in the 200, silver in the 100. The World Junior Championships in Seoul, you got gold in 92 in the 100, gold in 1992 in the 200. And then you have the CAC Junior Championships 1992. You got gold in the 100 and gold in the 200. So let me tell you something. That's a lot of. Hold on, I must have a.
You don't have my blood type and my mother's maiden name there as well.
No, there must be a round of applause for you. I want to give you a round of applause, man. Come on. Cause those are some seriously good achievements. And then now you're a broadcaster. What do you
Depending on who you ask.
You're a commentator for MSNBC, and it's so funny. NBC. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So when you, I guess no one knew on our end back then. Social media wasn't really around like that. So I remember the day my mom and dad arguing over you. It was so funny because my mom was like, "That person talking on that thing sound like Ato Boldon, you know, that sound like that." So then my dad's like, what Ato Boldon would be doing up there? What he would be doing up there? And my mom's like, I know my man voice anywhere I hear my man. So then my dad's like, who's you man again? What you say, you man? So now they arguing, right? So then now my mom's like, no, that's Ato Boldon talking. That's Ato Boldon talking. So my dad's like, it sounds like a Trinidad. You're not gonna say that, but I ain't know for sure. How Ato would get up there? What Ato would be doing up there? So then now when they pan it to you and show you on the screen, now my mom's like, I tell you, I know what my man sound like. Watch the face my dad giving my mom like, what you mean you man? Like who's you man? Like what you mean? Mom's like, know what my man sound like. I know that is he up there. So it was like that's
one of my favorite. It's one of my favorite LL Cool J bars. If his love is real, he gotta handle competition.
Yeah, tell him that. She's like, I know my man anyway, and that's Ato Boldon talking. My dad's like, no, Ato Boldon. What would have let he up there for? Cause you know my dad from that old school Caribbean thing. Like, no, that's not Ato Boldon. Ato Boldon didn't go to school for that. You know, like that kind of a thing.
I didn't.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is that immediately when I got on the air, Trinis didn't like it. Trinis were not amused.
Why?
Because in their mind, I was trying to sound too American. Mind you, I have lived here since I was 14. Okay. And I don't know anybody who has lived here since they were 14 who can't code switch or who doesn't naturally code switch depending on their audience.
Right.
The funny thing about that, I remember Remember the stand-up comedians had a field day with it. The good news is that I don't take myself seriously. So that kind of stuff, I kind of laughed along with it. Meanwhile, in the United States, you had some people who are Americans who were like, we have all these people in America. We can't find an American to do this job. And I remember somebody at the time, I can't remember who it was, saying, you know what's going to happen? You're going to sound like you.
Right.
And that's exactly what happens now, because people who are fans of mine and followers of mine will tell me, listen, I will be listening to something in the other room and track and field starts. If I don't hear your voice, maybe not.
Yep.
So I think there's a lesson in that to young people who are trying to find their voice, either literally or figuratively. Don't worry about the critics.
Yeah.
Do you? Because what I created and what I am kind of surprised that happened is I created a lane for myself of one. Because when you hear me, you know when it's my voice when you hear me on television. And I don't think I knew that when I started. So if anything that I would impart to somebody kind of on that early part of their journey is like, as my father says all the time, don't study people, you know.
Yeah. And it's funny because you've been very, very, a lot of people don't know this, but you've given me so much sound advice throughout my blogging career. Like I remember when we first met, we met because I had cussed Carl Lewis for Usain Bolt, right? And I did scrub Carl Lewis and cuss. Like I did scrub him. And you were like, hey, yo, that was that one is blazing. You know what I mean?
Because I am quoted as calling Carl Lewis an idiot. He and I have made up since then. But Carl has this habit when somebody shows up on the scene, he has to take a shot at them. He and I, Maurice Green and I showed up. You could look this up. This is not me saying something that he didn't say. He said, he saw me run a same day sub 10, sub 20 double. Basically, in the same day, you run 100 under 10 and a 200 under 19. It's been done a couple of times now, but at the time, one person had done it. I probably did it 6 or 7 times in my career. And he literally looked at that performance and said, I don't care what they say. I don't care what their mama say. They dirty. And I was like, I had some choice words, but basically I was like, Carl Lewis is a freaking idiot, and he could hold his ass for all I care. So yeah, when he did that with Usain, I was glad to see you take that shot at him.
Yeah, you were like, yo, man, I know that was a good cuss out. He's like, Bajan cuss outs are the best. Because you live for a Bajan cuss out. Even now.
Yes, I do.
Whenever someone on IG cuss out somebody, you'll send me the link and be like, Babbzy, I got up until like 7 seconds in. What does he say after this 7 to 14 seconds? And I'm like, oh, he's
listen, because of big up yourself, Bajan Farai. I have studied that man's vernacular so well now that there are no Bajan accent you could get by me. And although that guy with the Peter Ram story is still like
George.
That guy is still boss level, but like Bajan Farai is to be like. And now his posts come up and I'm like, wow, my brain has completely
you're good now.
I can now a really heavy Bajan accent does not get past my ears now.
Yeah, it's funny because like in the beginning you used to struggle, but now you're like, I know what they're saying now. I know what they're saying now. But we're like, I don't know how to say it, but it takes a while to learn us. But once you get it, you like it. You like Bajan when you understand it. When you don't, you're like,
I have always liked it, but I think I was always like, wait a minute, I can understand every other accent up, and there are no. I mean, I grew up with a Jamaican mother. There are no Jamaican patois that gets past me. Right. I understand. It don't matter which corner of Jamaica you're from.
Right.
But somehow that Bajan accent, I used to be there like, It's like I get every other word, every third word. I was like, no, man, this is I can't be a Caribbean citizen and don't I can't understand my sister and brethren from your island. No.
You know what it is? We make up words for one, and then
We all
two,
do that.
we kind of like we butcher words really badly, right? So
We
that's,
all do that.
yeah. And so then we use words interchangeably. Like rascal could be a good word or a bad word depending on the rest of the words around it, right? So like God bless ya could be good or bad depending on the rest of the words that go with it. So if you don't really understand the context of the conversation,
Uh,
right? Like, cause a man could be like, "Girl, you look raw so good," right? And a man could be like, "You so raw so or what?" Right? So like, no, it's like two different meanings, right? So, but you would all send me links and be like, "I got this one now. I got this one now. I got this one now. I got this." It used to be hilarious. But speaking about Carl Lewis and say he's an idiot, let's go through some of the sprinters in history and let me see where you stand with them. So Ben Johnson, how did you feel about the whole situation that happened with Ben back in 1988 at Seoul?
I used to root for Ben. I remember being in Trinidad in 1988, summer of '88, just before I left for New York, and thinking, yeah, this guy is. I mean, he's more connected to me as a Jamaican born person than he is to Carl. I wasn't. I mean, I have always appreciated Carl because Carl has such phenomenal form, and I mean, at the end of the day, the man is still a 9-time Olympic gold medalist.
Right.
My issues with Carl were never professional or
Right.
he's an amazing athlete. But yeah, I used to root for Ben. Ben just listen. People make mistakes. Ben made a huge mistake and he paid the ultimate price. I wish that Ben would have been. I'm glad that it seems like the planet forgave Ben. I don't know if Canadians forgave Ben, but I'm glad that the planet forgave Ben because I can't imagine what it's like. Ben did the same work that all other sprinters do, and to have the rest of your life to have that thing follow you forever, I feel like it's almost like a life sentence, and I think life sentences, except for the most egregious crimes, are a little excessive. So I hope that Ben is happy with with the way his life turned out, despite what he had to go through,
I
even
can.
though it was self-inflicted.
Well, he didn't live far from me where I used to live. So he
That's
lived close
right.
by, right in Scarborough, and black people don't care. They love him. Like especially like all Caribbean people, they still love Ben Johnson. Like
I
Ben
get that
Johnson is
sense.
still
Good. That's
is
good.
like he's idol
Good.
to them no matter what. Like they don't care about that, right? So how you feel about Donovan Bailey?
Big respect for Donovan. He and
Yeah.
I have never gotten along, but no, big respect for. Listen, Donovan at one time had world 100, Olympic 100, and world record at the same time. When
Yeah.
you're in this business, that is salute.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, big up Donovan.
Okay, Bruni Surin.
Big up Bruni too. Bruni was kind of a late bloomer. He was always good indoors. He and I remain very good friends to this day. I did stuff at his foundation gala recently. You know what's funny? No matter how fierce the rivalry was, and Bruni and I had back and forth and cuss. That's what competition is like. There's only three
Yes.
spots on that podium. Most of the people who I was bitter rivals with, Michael Johnson, and that's all in the past. Life went on. We were in our 20s then.
Yeah.
We old men now.
Yeah.
I really have a good relationship with most of the people I ran against.
So did you know Glenroy Gilbert and Robert Esme?
Of
Yeah.
course, Glenroy is a Trini. I must know Glenroy.
Oh,
And
okay.
Glenroy is not just a Trini. I use Glenroy as an example because Glenroy has done such a fabulous job with that Canadian 4x1.
Right, right, right.
You can tie a straight line between all the medals that Canada has won, including the Olympic gold, including upsetting the Americans on home soil, right back to how great a job Glenroy Gilbert has done. And of course, Esme was the leader for that 1916
Right.
that beat the Americans in Atlanta. So no, big up both of them. Big fan of Glenroy though, because he has. I mean, he had his career, but his coaching and consulting career since then has been exemplary.
All right. Linford Christie.
I was watching a Linford race yesterday and thinking to myself, one of the most real human beings I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
Love me some Linford. I looked up to him when I was a young athlete. Somehow Linford never beat me in a major. Go
Wow.
figure.
My dad
Because I
loved
think
Linford.
to me, he was somebody who I had to beat. I beat him in '95. Well, he first started in '96, and then but to be fair, I was coming in and he was on his way out. So
Yeah.
I was very young and he was older.
Right. So then we're gonna go. Let's skip a bit. Let's go to. Well, you said Maurice Green was the best man in your wedding, so we don't need to go there. So
That's my boy.
Tim Montgomery.
Tim always got along with Tim. He had his stuff too with the Balco. But I think Tim handled it the way everybody else should have. It's funny that Marion and Tim were together because I think if Marion had handled her situation the way Tim handled his, she'd be in a different place today. Tim basically came out and said, everything they accused me of, I did. And here's when I did it, and here's what I did. From the check situation to him having to go back and hustle to get money. And Tim has completely turned his life around, has a very successful business in Florida. He's actually dating one of my friends. Tim has turned his life around, and good for him. He too made a mistake, admitted it, and life went on.
Frankie Fredericks.
One of my 2 or 3 favorite sprinters ever. Frankie is, listen, I have pictures of Frankie in my house. Like that is the kind of relationship Frankie and I have always had. He's another guy who I looked up to my whole career. We had lots of back and forth. I beat him in Athens. He beat me in Atlanta. I beat him in Gothenburg. He beat me in the 200 in Atlanta. So yeah, Frankie's one of my probably 3 or 4 favorite people in the sport ever.
Tyson Gay and Justin Gatlin.
Tyson and I have all, I mean, our careers didn't overlap, but I always had immense respect for Tyson. He too made some questionable choices, but no, Tyson is Tyson lost his daughter, and every time I see him, I am reminded. Yeah, his daughter got was killed in a, I believe it was a mistaken identity. Somebody, it's one of those where she got shot and she had nothing to do with what was going on. And every time I see him, I just hope that he too is enjoying his life, because that's as the father of daughters, and you don't have, not that you have to be a parent to be sympathetic, but I always think to myself, I hope Tyson is happy despite all the stuff that he's been through in his 40 something years.
Yeah, so let's start going a little bit more modern. Let's say Asafa Powell. How we feel about Asafa?
Asafa is my Jamaican brother. I'm glad that he's getting into podcasting and so on, because, well, I shouldn't say getting into. He has a very successful channel. He and his wife. Every now and then I glance it on my YouTube channel, because I would have never figured Asafa for presenter or podcaster or whatever, blogger or whatever. So Asaf is one of those people where I wish he had better medals, because I think he's one of the best sprinters ever. But unfortunately, in this business, you get measured by the world, by how you did at the Olympics, and the Olympics was just that was not his thing. But Asaf is a hell of a sprinter, and nobody's ever gonna take that away from him.
Usain Bolt,
the boss, the king. Listen, I I got very lucky. 2007 was my first year on NBC. 2007 is really the first year that Usain Bolt steps onto the scene. He loses that year to Tyson Gay at Worlds.
Right.
But then 2008, that's the the beat your chest across the line race, and then my career was buoyed and was lifted by the fact that I was covering such a phenomenal athlete. So I am glad to have a relationship with him, and he is somebody who I am the co-sell to his Ali, I hope.
Okay. Just got a super chat from Rocha Hines. Thank you so much. We have a lot of questions. I'm gonna let people call in a minute.
Yeah.
But, so tell me about Warren Weir and Johan Blake.
Warren Weir was in my house because he works with Anson Henry.
Yeah.
He's part of that. He's part of that crew. So yeah, Warren was in my house. I didn't realize how big he was into photography and stuff. I enjoyed covering him too because I like to see those kinds of guys that maybe are not like a first round pick guy, right? Guys who they have the talent and maybe they're overlooked early in their lives, but because they're willing to do the work, and he ended up in a great situation training with Johan and Usain. Yeah, he has a heck of a resume, and I think as soon as he figured out that okay, this is not working for me anymore, he left. He didn't stick around and and stay too long. And Johan, look, what he was able to do, he's one of those cases where you could look at a Frankie Fredericks and say, oh well, were it not for Michael Johnson, look at how many different gold medals Frankie would have had. You could say the same thing with Johan.
Right. It's true. So
Second fastest man in 2 events. Were it not for Usain being there at the very same time,
bruh.
it's a completely different career. So yeah, Johan and I have always been been very cool. So yeah, big up Johan.
So who do you have actual beef with in the track world? Like you don't know beef with, like, yeah, Andre DeGrasse. You get along with Andre DeGrasse. You get like
Who's gonna have beef with Andre DeGrasse? That's like having beef with Karani.
Karani.
I don't have no beef with nobody. I mean, Sha'Carri Richardson has blocked me on her social media because some of these athletes feel that when they're running like shit, you shouldn't say so.
Oh.
I don't believe that.
Well,
I believe that when you are, listen, one thing, and all of my work is taped.
Yeah.
When I praise and criticize with the same volume.
Yeah, true.
And I have never changed away from that. So when Sha'Carri was not running well, and I said so, she didn't like that. So I'm blocked on all her social media. But beef, listen, I have said it to more than one athlete. I was here before you got here.
Yeah.
And I am probably going to be here after you are gone. So you could beef in, out, who you ain't like, what I say, whatever. I ain't not going anywhere.
So Sha'Carri,
I really am not.
What do you think about her?
Justin and I had a brief beef, and now he and I are as cool as the other side of the pillow.
So Sha'Carri, do you see her future? Do you see a good future for her, or like, do you think this is like? What do you think?
I think Sha'Carri has a lot of work to do because the youngsters are coming. The youngsters are coming. No. I'm not even talking about her off. That's a whole different show.
I think that's what's holding her back, though. I have a feeling that her.
Well, it's sure as hell not helping, is it?
Yeah, you're beating up man in the airport. Like, what's going on?
But pay attention, because there are some people who don't have to pay attention to the level that I do that may have missed it this year. Look at who the 100-meter podium was.
Right.
Clayton,
right.
21.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa,
right.
24.
Mm-hmm.
Julian, 24. All of them are either right at her age or young. Well, Clayton is 3 years younger.
Right.
When you start to see younger people starting to show up on the podium, it usually does not bode well for the older ones.
Right.
You know, it's a great example of that. 100-meter hurdles. I said last year, I think the guard is changing in the hurdles, and you fast forward to this year, and yes, the world record holder got on the podium, but for the most part, you can see. Listen, this, one of my favorite coaches, Boogie Johnson, says it all the time. It's a young man's game for most events, and a young woman's game. So Sha'Carri has to fix her start, and I said that this year, and the Sha'Carri fans came at my neck. Oh, you're always hating on Sha'Carri. No, here's the funny thing about it. Sha'Carri is in my club.
Yeah.
She's an HSI. I have conversations at night with her agent, talking about how we're going to get Sha'Carri on, back in the day, how we're going to get Sha'Carri on the right track. So I truly, because I know how hard this job is, I don't look at that athlete and go, oh yeah, I hate this athlete. I really don't.
Yeah.
Because my job is to celebrate all of them when they do well.
Right.
So I don't sit down and go, oh, I want so and so to lose. It's like, you think my paycheck don't change one iota based on who I like or don't like. So it's not even a thought.
True. So who do you think is the future right now, like the top female sprinters and the top male sprinters? So you said Cushane and Oblique, right? Do you think this is Oblique just a one-off, or do you think he has some more? He got some more wins in him. What do you think?
Oblique is not going anywhere. Let me start with the women first.
Yeah.
I said it this year a lot of times, and a lot of people didn't agree. They agree now. Stephanie Mills, the fabulous singer, has a quote, and she said, "Never let the understudy get on."
Right.
And she said this in an interview. She said, "I used to be, throat hoarse, not feeling well. I'm going out there on that stage when I was on Broadway because you let that one sitting behind you get on, and you never know."
Yeah.
They have let in Melissa Jefferson Wooden. They have let the understudy get on.
Yeah.
She got bronze last year. She was in the final. She has paid her dues, and now that she has arrived with that start, with the way her 200-meter looks, I think right now it is her and Julian. The Clayton twins are not going anywhere either. They are coming. So I think if you put a gun to my head and made me guess right now, like what the next podium is going to look like, I think it's going to look a lot like the Tokyo podium.
Wow.
It's going to be a Jamaican, a St. Lucian, and an American. Those three that I just named. The question is, can somebody else from somewhere else kind of unseat them? Maybe Sha'Carri has a resurgent year. She gets back into the 10.6s. Maybe it's somebody else. Maybe it's a youngster from Jamaica or from the US or from a European country or an African.
Right.
But the based on what I saw this year, that's Melissa. Melissa is going to be the one to beat. On the men's side, Oblique is not going anywhere because Oblique believes now. That was the only thing missing. He's always had the talent. He's always had everything else. Things haven't gone well for him in the last 3 years before this one. But now you see that way. He say, put some respect on
the name. I saw that.
Listen, I just wish that we had captured it, but I think it might have been my fault. I think I might have talked through it, not realizing that he was about to say something. But that was such an emphatic thing to say in that moment because he's like, I am. In other words, it's like, me tired of all you.
Yeah.
I'm tired of you all, acting like I wasn't trying to figure this out the whole time. I figured it out now. Oblique ain't going nowhere. Cushane ain't going nowhere. And I don't think Noah's going anywhere either. He's always going to be a threat, just like the women. Those are the three. Can somebody come and knock one of them off if they're having a good year? But I think same thing. Podium in 2 years is going to look a lot like it did this year.
I have my eye on a Trini boy, Woodruff. I have my eye on him, I think if he could get his starts down, I think that he's going to be, cause like he got some chase down speed on him, bro. Like I've never seen a youngin run like this in my life. Like he is like everyone runs out, like their speed is different, like they start well and then some people end well, but he has an ending on him. Like I'm just like, wow. And
you must have been watching Carifta. Did you watch Carifta?
Yeah, I saw Carifta. He ran well.
No, listen, at this point, we got a silver and a gold this year, which was fantastic.
Right.
But I am worried because Trinidad and Tobago, the pipeline has dried up.
Right.
We have the twins of Georgia. We have other people who are ascending, but yeah, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult, and at this point, I would welcome any youngster from TNT kind of breaking through into the world class rounds.
And are you accepting people to train? Are you accepting trainees right now?
No, and I guess at some point this was gonna come up. So I have a VIP client. We haven't announced yet.
Right.
But in essence, this client is going to pay me not to coach anybody else.
Right. Oh, I think I know. Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it's going to be a challenge for me, and it's going to be a challenge for the client because it's not like this is something that comes naturally. So no, I don't remember to it's difficult for me to coach because I have to be in the booth. And
Right.
if I am coaching somebody, the athlete is warming up, I am in the booth.
Right.
So it can be difficult. I had that problem with Brianna Williams.
So let me piss you off right now. I'm gonna
Sure.
piss you off right now. The combine 40-meter dash for the
40
NFL.
yards.
40
40
yard, sorry.
yards.
40 yard for the NFL.
Canadians, y'all, everything is metric for y'all.
Sorry, man. We went to good. I went to a big school, so you gotta understand. You take time with me, I went big school. But
Uh,
so the 40-yard dash, you don't like that competition at all.
yeah, what's funny is I make my living from it now. The problem, listen, the 40-yard dash is a very archaic way to measure speed.
Okay.
The truth is that if the NFL was really serious about measuring speed and about measuring quickness, which is probably more important in football, they should probably check. They should be more focused on the first 10 or the first 20.
Right.
Because the truth is that the number of times that somebody gets to run 40 yards in any football game is, you could count them on one hand, maybe two some games.
True.
So,
True.
because I prepare guys with my company Test Football for the combine now, it doesn't matter what I think about. It's like saying, "Oh yeah, I hate the SATs." Yeah, well, you're gonna have to take it.
Right.
I
It's
hate
true.
I hate the ACT. You're gonna still have to take it. So it's a question of, is it a perfect measurement of true speed? Probably not, but we get paid at Test Football to get guys ready for that part of their entrance exam into the NFL or the CFL or the European League, as the case may be.
Okay, I'm gonna throw two names in here for you right now. Two NFL names. I want you to tell me the honest truth about them. Don't cap Ato. I'm gonna give you Deion Sanders and Randy
Okay.
Moss.
Okay, what about them?
Do you not think that they could have contended in track and field in their era? Deion Sanders especially.
No question. No question. No question. Listen, Deion Sanders, with all apologies to Bo Jackson, who was probably he's the only person I can say in my lifetime is his equal. Deion Sanders is one of the most amazing athletes I have ever seen in my life.
Okay, good.
Him and Bo Jackson, for me, are
Right.
like, because what they were able to do in multiple sports and their strength and their speed and
Yeah.
all that, sure. I don't doubt that Dion could have been a world class sprinter. In the same breath, I don't doubt that Randy Moss could have been a world class sprinter as well.
Okay.
They had the it, they had
Okay.
the fast twitch, they had the mindset as well, the kind of bad mind that you need to be a world class sprinter. No question about it. Now the problem is that you go back and you look at like Dion's time at Florida State, and I think his best time is like 10-2, 10-3. I think that the problem with some of the announcers that we have for NFL football in the States is that anybody who gets anywhere close to like 10-1, 10-2, they're like, oh my gosh, that's world class speed. I'm like,
Right. And chill. Yeah.
like slow your roll a little bit. You have to be a 9-8, 9-7 guy, even 9-9 for me to think, and
Right.
even 10 flat for me to
Sub
think.
10.
And
Sub
there's
10.
almost nobody in the guys who are the fastest in the NFL are not 10 flat guys.
Tyreek
DK
Hill.
Metcalf, Tyreek Hill. Tyreek just had, all the best in his recovery. Tyreek just had his best 100-meter performance ever. I think he ran like 10-2 high. So it's like,
And
just stop making wide receivers sprinters with pads on. It's like, stop. They're not.
So what's
Stop.
DK Metcalf's what was his time? What did he run?
10-2.
10-2.
10-2. And he
Okay.
ran faster than I thought he was. I thought he was going to run like 10-4, 10-3, and he ran 10-2, and I went and got to tell him myself at Mount Sac. He's a hell of an athlete as well.
Yeah, and he's big too. Like you don't normally
Big
see.
and fast. Somebody
Yeah.
that size should not be that quick. He's another kind of athletic marvel as well.
Wow. Well, back in the day, I used to run track. You know what I mean? But then I ended up going to basketball because of my height.
Because
You
you're
know what I
tall
mean?
as because you're
Yeah.
tall as hell.
Yeah, so I ended up going over there. But when I was doing track, I used to win everything. I used to win all the shit out here. But you know what?
And
I
why you stop? So why you stop?
You know what it was?
You
Basketball.
want them you want them pretty girls that don't like to sweat?
No, actually, this is the reverse. Basketball, as like an adult, I can say this now. Basketball brought me way more hype. Like everywhere I would go, people would be like, "Yo, you know that girl could slap the backboard on a layup, and she bad." Like, "Yo, she got like 15 rebounds," and like so. Like I never got that with track. I never got like, yeah, man, she just blazed up Merlin Adi or like, you know, I never got that hype. So like when everywhere I went, I used to be like treated like royalty over basketball. Like anywhere in Toronto I would go. I would even go to parties with my brother stand up. People like, yo, you play ball for West Hill. I saw you playing at Peace Games. I saw you're bad. Like so I liked the hype back then as a young girl who wasn't
Of
getting the
course.
hype. I wasn't getting the hype because of being pretty and being a hot girl though. I was getting the hype because the men liked me because I was a basketballer. So I kind of liked the attention back then, to be honest, because I wasn't getting it romantically. So I was liking it like sports wise, I guess you could say. So that's why I ended up sticking with basketball because more people knew me everywhere I went, and I'd be like on Channel 10 TV and stuff. I'd local TV, and my dad be like, "That's my child aid, or my last child aid, or that's my last child, my Bentley last child, go get big things, So like, there was more hype around that, right? And
That's
then,
almost the exact opposite of how I got into track. So I was on a fairly bad soccer team in
oh,
at Jamaica High School, and the coach came over, saw me running, and came over and was like, "How would you like to be in us?" I was, and of course, cocky little shit that I was like, he was like, you want to come and try for the track team? I was like, "Did you see me score 3 goals, man?" He's like, "Yeah, and I saw the goalie let in 5." How would you? How would you like to be in a sport where you alone control the outcome?
right,
And I went,
right,
"Go on."
yeah,
That was it.
yeah.
That was it.
And how old are you at that point when that happened?
16.
Okay.
I was late to the sport, very very late to the sport.
Wow.
I didn't do any. I mean, a little bit in high school back in Trinidad, but for them, I didn't take track and field any kind of seriously until I was 16 in New York.
So, the broadcasting part. Any advice for anybody that would want to get involved in like the sports broadcasting side of things?
No job is too small or too menial or unimportant.
Right.
I started my career showing up to the meets, kind of shadowing the broadcasters, being in the broadcast truck, learning what the role of an announcer is, what they do, what they don't do, how they say it, when to hush, when to speak. And then I was doing stuff that not a lot of people were seeing. I think that in this era of followers and fanatics, people feel like the first time you do something, you must have, I don't know, a thousand
Right.
people watching or
Right.
10,000. It's like I used to do stuff where I used to do like pre-game, like, hi, welcome to Boston. I'm Ato Boldon. I'm here with so and so, and we're looking forward today to Tyson Gay in the men's 60. And there might have been 500 people watching it on some stream.
Yeah.
And then I'd go and sit in the stands and watch, and have the real broadcasters calling me. I feel like some of the feedback I get from some of the young people that I mentor now is like, oh, well, nobody's watching. Don't worry about who's watching. You are getting better every time that red light goes on. So I know that this generation has the patience of a hummingbird on caffeine, but they have to understand that, look, it's 20 years, 20 years. It might seem like it happened overnight.
Read that. What does it say on there? Read that to me. What does it say on there?
It's 20 years. What does it say? It says 2024-25 Sports Emmy, Outstanding Live Special, Ato Boldon, Peacock, whatever. 20 years. 20 years.
That's good.
20 years. So yeah, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, we would all like to hit the lotto, but the odds of the lotto hitting for you is very rare, and people need to remember that. You're going to have to pay your dues. If you love it, it shouldn't matter.
So you were at the top of the game in track and field. You're at the top of the game in sports announcing now. So what's next? Give us a little inside scoop on what's next, man. Come on, you got an Emmy now. Like so what's up? What's up?
I think once my client announces what he is doing and who he is doing with, who he is doing it with, me, I think it's going to open up a whole new cross section of people who have no idea who I am. Young people who are like, this is the guy whose voice I hear when I watch the Olympics. So that's it. That's exciting. And I also have a pilot that I am in the process of rewriting that I think is going to be really fun and it's going to have a lot of global appeal. I am, in essence, Babs, I am swinging for the fence on this one, hitting for 6 on this one because I believe in the project. It came to me late, but I see the world moving in this direction, and I think we've captured it with this show. So those are the 2 things that I have big that are coming, and I'm not trying to be mysterious. I literally can't reveal anything yet.
No.
Until it's coming for real. But they're coming.
So what advice do you have for me?
Pivot. I noticed you haven't been on here. You're not doing this that often anymore.
Right.
Pivot. Figure out how you're gonna take your followers and your fans and take them in another direction. Don't be scared to do that.
I'll tell you the truth. I'm not good at compartmentalizing emotions yet, right? I haven't mastered that. And because of how I grew up, I wouldn't say I grew up sheltered, but I grew up sheltered in a sense where I'm on the chess team. I got academic scholarship. I've always been like, in a situation where I'm around my peers that are excelling as well, right? So I've never really been exposed to people that are not excelling or not doing well. So I don't know their ways and I don't know their mentality because I've never been around them. I've always been around, all of us are getting 100 in math. All of us are getting 100 in science. All of us are getting 100 in English, right? I've never been around the people who are like, I have no hope. I have no future. My parents suck. I have I've never been around them and I don't know how to deal with them. And that's what's sucking the life out of me, those people. So
and why are you around them?
Because the internet doesn't have classes.
Oh yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm saying. Now I'm encountering some of the most illiterate, stupid people on the planet, and I don't know how to. I have a very you've talked to me. I have a very computerized brain.
Block delete. Just block delete. Delete.
So just listen. So I have a computerized brain. So 1 + 1 is 2, 2 + 2 is 4 in my brain.
Yeah.
So the same thing, so if I put up a travel advisory for Jamaica, I don't understand why you're mad. Why are you mad? What are you mad? And why are you angry with me? I am I'm not shooting anybody in Jamaica. Why are you mad with me? Why is the anger coming my way? I don't understand.
I should duck too, because when I saw what it's about to be Hurricane Melissa, it's going to be. I don't know that everybody is paying attention to this the way they should.
Yeah.
Because this thing's about to be a hurricane, and the winds are going to hit 130 miles an hour.
Yeah.
So yeah, I put my friends are Haitian and Jamaican and Kittian, and so yeah, of course you're gonna put. Why wouldn't you?
So why are you mad? What are you angry about?
I'll trying to explain people on the internet is like.
Yes, and so I'll list the literacy rates for all of the Caribbean, and then they'll be like, Jamaica's.
I saw that did not go over well, did it?
And then Jamaica's at the bottom of the list.
You know why? Listen. I saw some of the comments. People were, I guess, when Abidjan post the literacy rates in the Caribbean, people, other islands, not me, other islands feel like, oh, so because she Bajan and because Barbados have the highest illiteracy rate in the world, that is why she feels she better than people. I know you, so I know you're not doing that.
Right.
But I think that's how some people could have perceived that post.
And then so I don't handle that well. So that's what I'm saying. Like, really and truly,
You take it on, it bothers you.
I don't my goal is I want my followers to learn. That's what, whenever I go places and somebody will say to me, you know, my great grandmother was from Barbados and I didn't know anything about there, and then I found you because I started to research, and then I found out, and I didn't know that the grapefruit came from Barbados. Like, I feel so proud when someone sees me and says that they learned something from my platform. I don't want to be seen as a dog shit
people
platform.
people don't like to be wrong, and people don't like for their opinions to be proven wrong. You know how many people go through any of my like YouTube stuff, and you'll see people, I say something and they go, that's bullshit, and so it's gonna prove you wrong. And listen, I am not always right. I'm not saying that because I am always right. I am right a lot. I am not right all of the time. Nobody in sports is. And every now and then I will see somebody circle back and they'll say, you know, when you said this, I was pissed off that you said it, but I'll be damned if you were right. If you are going to be educating people on the internet, a lot of them are going to come back and be like, you know, Babbzy, when we fall out over that thing, turns out you were right. That's not going to happen. So you have two choices. You have two choices. Either don't say nothing, or expect that people who you're making them uncomfortable by disputing what they know for sure, which turns out not to be so, or they find that you small island people shouldn't be talking about whatever fallacy Caribbean people want to come up with today. You can't take it on. You can't chase everybody who has something to say.
I had to
learn that 15 years ago.
Here's the difference. They don't call NBC to try to get you fired and do all that. That's what they do to me. Like, for some reason, people get real.
You sure about that?
Well, okay, I'm assuming they don't because you're still there. But like, they get real personal with me. Like, they want me to lose everything that I have. So that instead of me presenting and performing, I'm holding on and trying to keep like what I built, because I'm fighting over the travel advisory. Like, I'm fighting over something that makes no. So to me, I've reached this point where I'm kind of like, should I even say anything? So I shouldn't be saying shit because Shane and Noah went to a photo finish. I can't come on the internet today.
I don't have that gene. If anything, when I see people coming back at me, I just wait. Because I am the person who will come back in the comments, Mr. Petty. I will come back in the comments and be like,
what did you say?
Like Maverick, when you, a year ago, when I said what I had, and here's the funniest thing about that. If I have to put together a list of top 3 female sprinters of all time, Elaine Thompson-Herah is not outside of the top 2.
Right.
For my money.
Right.
So what I really resent is that they are making it seem like somehow I am disrespecting Elaine, or I don't like Elaine. I actually think Elaine is you can make an argument for her being the best combination sprinter ever.
Right.
So when Maverick said what he had to say, I don't respond. So when he makes his Ato should shut his mouth and what he should see about Trinidad and all of that stuff, which is his right, for 1 year, I don't say anything. It's like, yeah, you said what you had to say. Now that he circles back to say, it looked like Otto was right. I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't be like, Maverick, hush your ass and listen to big people when they're talking. You don't know the sprint game the way I know it. Hush your mouth.
Maverick, we don't like you over here, Maverick. We don't like you over here.
I can't do that, because then it's like, I don't want to have no. You think I don't have enough things to do in my life than to have a war of words with Maverick? It's like, I said what I said, you said what you said. Which one of us was right? Right, now hush your mouth and move on to something else. And the next time I say something, remember how wrong you were this time.
Yeah. I don't like you, Maverick.
But see, I can't say that because then they say, Ato, you should be the bigger person. I was like, oh, but so when he was cussing me a year ago, I didn't say anything. But now that he's admitting, oh shit, he was probably right. Now it's like, oh no, you also must not say anything. So you have to pick and choose what you're spending your energy on. I don't have that gene of I have to answer everybody. I will pick certain people. It's like, oh, I like how you came at me there. You had a lot to say. I'm gonna wait on you. I'm gonna just wait for it to happen or not happen, as the case may be, and then I'm gonna circle around and just drop a little something. But you have to do that as your entertainment. You cannot do that as like, oh, you're being serious. It's the internet. You cannot fight against the internet.
Well, I'm gonna tell you this, Maverick. We don't like Team Babbzy. Don't like you. Don't talk about no Ato. Don't say nothing rude about Ato Boldon. I will drag your raso from about here, Goblin, from Trelawney down to Hanover.
Oh
I
boy.
will take it down from Trelawney,
Big
Hanover.
up, big up yourself, Maverick. Not only forget what he said about me. Not only do I like Maverick, Guy Bolden, my father, loves Maverick.
I not done cussing you. And I will curse you from Hanover to Trelawney and then down and what's the place now? Saint Anne and Saint and Black River. And then I will curse you all down in there. All down in there, Maverick. All down in there. I talking Beijing. All down in there, you will get cursed. You and you greasy face. I will curse you. So guys, we're gonna take phone calls right now for Ato. Anybody want to call and say hi quickly? Because people are saying Earl, don't follow him. He's just a clout chaser, the soup man, whatever. I like Maverick, but he falls into the trap a lot of Jamaicans fall into if you agree with them, but you know a lot when you disagree with them. You know nothing, and you should mind your own business when you disagree with them. Exactly, Ato. Choose your battles wisely, Babbzy. All right, Rambo. So the phone number is 416-346-7665. If you just want to call and say hi to Ato quickly before we head on out. 416. Let me type it in the chat there for you guys. 416-346-7665. You can call and give us and say hello. Damn, phone ringing already. Shit. Hold on. Let's see.
That surprises you.
Well, people like you. Hello, good night. It's not coming through. Let's
Answer Ato.
say you want to say
Good
hi
night.
to Ato?
Good night.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi.
Yes. So Ato, I'm just sending out a very good evening to you. And I
you.
did work with your father many years ago when I was much younger, when I first left school, as a telemarketer back in the days. And before I get off this live, I want you to say, I'll come off when I say this. What do you think about the chances of Jeremy Richards, if he would ever get a gold medal in the Olympics or even at the World Champions? I'll listen off the phone.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, Jareem, I said it this year in Babbzy.
Yeah.
I feel like Jareem Richards, he's another one like to me, Warren, although I think he's better than Warren. He's one of those who may have been overlooked a lot in his career. I think he has done more with his talent than any other Trinidad and Tobago athlete I have ever seen, regardless of sport. That's the kind of, because what he did he has medals indoors in the 400, outdoors in the 400, in the Olympics on the relay, in the 200 at Worlds. The number of different events that he has medals in, nobody from TNT can touch that. Now, having said that, he is older, and the world champion who just won from Botswana is like 21, Kevin Achipi from Botswana. To predict that Jareem is going to win a gold in the Olympics, listen, I would love to see it. But that's at his age and with the mileage that he has on there, I would love for Jareem to get a medal in the Olympics individually, because he just missed last year in Paris. And when he missed last year, that was nobody had ever run as fast as Jareem ran in the Olympic 400 and not gotten a medal. So I thought he was very unfortunate last year. So that's why I was happy to see him get that medal this year. But no, Jareem has done exceptionally well. And as I always say, Jareem and Kishon and so many of these guys who are still medaling have given their contribution. If they don't win another medal, they have given their contribution. We need the youngsters to start stepping up. And I don't want to hear about age. Tina Clayton is 21. She just became the youngest world championship 100 meter female medalist. So it's not so much about the established guys as about the men and women coming behind them.
Okay. Hold
But
on.
big up Dream.
Let's see. The person on the phone, say something. Let me see if I can hear you. Say something. Say something again. Hello? I think they hung up. Okay. Let me test this because iPhone is so stupid. I don't understand how I don't know how anybody have iPhone in this day and age, you know. My Android,
excuse me?
My Android
Excuse
disconnect.
me, what do you have against iPhone?
My Android disconnect just so and then this thing here that be doing all kind of funky thing and wonky thing.
So
and
you part of the green tech, you part of the green text brigade.
Well,
Green bubble brigade. That is you.
No, but the thing is, it's not connecting the way it's supposed to connect. Okay, let me try this now. Let me see this one. Let's try.
The show is the phone or the operator? Which one?
Is the phone. It's cheap thing. Is the phone. Is the phone, I telling you. It won't connect.
I can't prove it. So.
It's not connecting. Yeah, anyhow. Yeah. Anyone else want to call in and say hi to Ato? You can do that before we leave. So like I said,
whole 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5 minutes you have because we took up a lot of time today. You weren't supposed to stay so long. We were supposed to just run in and run out.
Hey, you know, Caribbean people, if the lime good, you look, oh God, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta go to work in the morning.
I know, huh? Or if you're like my dad up watching all kind of track and field and thing in the night, and then now
that's me, you know.
Then gotta go work the
that's
next
me.
day.
You know, you watch a lot of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
What thing takes you down rabbit holes on YouTube? With me, it's either old music or old track and field. I end up yesterday, I watched the whole of Moscow Olympics.
Listen, last weekend, for some reason, 4x400 and 4x100 comebacks came up in my YouTube. So then I saw the 1984 4x100 meter relay with Flojo, and then the girl, what was the woman named that
Evelyn Ashford?
Yeah, when she like chased down everybody on that last leg. Then I saw like comebacks from Usain Bolt.
Probably the greatest anchor leg ever. I mean, with all respect to Carmelita Jetta and Christina Aron, who have also had spectacular anchors, that anchor leg that Evelyn Ashford put down was still one of the best.
Let's see if we can pull that up, actually. I'm telling you, I was like, what?
It's 1988. If you pull up 1988 Olympic 4x1 final, you'll see it.
Oh, it's 1988. Okay.
Yeah, that's Flojo on third.
United States.
All right, let's bring this on. Cause let me tell you something. I saw this the other day and I'm like, damn, she was like, yo, she like let them, like she really came back on them. Let's see this here.
That's who had the world record before Flojo, you know. A lot of people forget that.
Yeah, Flojo.
Yep, this is it.
Flojo still has it. Do you think that you think anyone will ever beat it? Her world record.
Who they would count on in the 4x100 relay final, but such was not the case in the earlier heats.
We thought some people were supposed to be out at the track to warm up, and evidently there was some confusion about who should be where and when. So you people just don't know how lucky we were.
You see, when you hear this, it means drama in the camp.
Along with the 100-meter gold and silver medalists, the U.S. quartet included Alice Brown and Sheila Eccles.
Alice Brown to Sheila Eccles, who you see here, then to Flojo, Florence Griffith Joyner.
Oh my God,
then handing off
Flojo.
Evelyn Ashford, who will anchor.
Jamaica's in this. Jamaica.
Here we go.
In the final. That's man. I had feared.
Lane 2 is open. Jamaica has scratched.
Jamaica scratched. That's right.
Alice Brown closing the
US is
stagger on
third
Bulgaria.
from.
She is
US is
burning
third
up
from the top.
turn. Here's the pass. It's a good one. There's one down, 2 to go.
much better than in the semifinal. This is the critical pass for the U.S.
It's not showing.
It's not showing?
Will Flojo start out
No, it's
fast and
stuck.
excellent.
It's stuck on my end. I don't see it. It's stuck. It's stuck at about
But they're
17 meters
behind
into the
at this
first leg.
point.
Hold on. Why would it just stick like that?
Try it again. Just run it back to the start and see if it will stream.
Why would it stick?
It might stick because IOC probably monitoring. IOC don't play with the footage, you know.
Let me try this.
I'm not saying that's what it is, but
It could be.
IOC is notorious. You start streaming their archives. They're like,
Okay.
they don't play.
That could be it, because it's just all right.
Lane 2 is open. Jamaica has scratched.
Alice Brown leading off.
Closing the stagger on Bulgaria. She is burning up the turn. Here's the pass. It's a good one.
Great
There's
baton
one
pass.
down, 2 to go.
Much
Fila
better than in the
echoes down the
semifinal.
back
This
stretch.
is
Now
the
just takes
critical
him to the
pass
lead.
for the U.S. Will Flojo
I think they had some
start out
problems
fast
here.
and excellent.
No, that was a good pass too. But you see East
But
Germany.
they're behind at this point.
Yep.
That's East Germany. To Evelyn.
Look at
Marty
this.
Skir's
Down.
anchoring, and here comes
Murder
the
them.
Down.
East Germany.
Yo.
Here comes Evelyn Eckberg. She does it. 41.97.
Bro, goosebumps on that run. boy.
Murder them. Yeah, no, that's one of the best ankle legs ever. And it was
Goosebumps on-
almost 40 years ago. 40 years ago.
Goosebumps
Almost.
on that run. Oh my God.
Yeah,
I'm
that was
telling
great.
you, that was a good one. Let's see what you got here. Let's see what's
We've
going
got
on
Thompson and we've got Fredericks. We've got it
Favorite
all.
race of all time.
here. Is it your favorite race?
My favorite race of all time. For me.
Away.
Not
Boldon
period,
got
but
out
for me.
brilliantly. So did Shervington. Fredericks going quickly with
Damn,
Thompson.
Good from the right.
Greeny.
In front. Thompson comes at him with Fredericks, then Shervington, but it's Ato Boldon first, and he's run 9.
You notice how my name sounds different no matter depending on which country. Depending on which country you're from,
Yeah.
it could be Ato.
This one.
This
here.
is Monaco 98. I am fourth from your left. Me and Donovan.
Yeah. Man, you know what? You know how old you are when the shit look grainy. You can't even see the letters. You can't even see the writing. Like you like Red Fusion in Barbados,
I
man.
am
Like
so-
Lord have mercy.
I am this generation takes it for granted.
Championships.
This is one of my top 5 races too as well. Just perfect execution.
Boldon out in lane 4, Harden in 6. It's Boldon in the blue of UCLA, Harden in the dark blue of Kentucky. It's Ato Boldon. It is all Ato Boldon. Automatic, they call him. Unofficially 9.9.
You always did that hand in the air thing, eh? Always when you come through.
No. I did it when I won.
Yeah, whenever you win, you always have to have your hand in the air. You always be running your hand up in the air and all kind of thing.
Nobody does it all the time. You do it when you win.
No, I tried that.
In the
When I
sprint game, you don't always win.
Yeah, no, I know. Trust me.
Unless you're like, Bolt or somebody.
Yeah, no. Not even just in sprinting. In life, you don't always win. A lot of things you lose at.
Listen, in this business, we say everybody gets last.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't care who you are. Everybody's been last.
True. Someone, Apple Cider said this is the boasty man era of track and field. It's true, man. These guys used to show off, man. They used
And
to
guess
show
what?
off.
More people watched.
Uh-oh.
I'm not. I agree with them, but with the bossiness and the braggadocio, you had Dennis Mitchell with his green machine, and he had his He had the pierced eyebrow. You had Donovan, who was quiet confidence, although I don't know how quiet he was, no more than. And then you had me and Maurice talk. Frankie was the quiet one in that generation. Linford was a talker, and a Carl was a talker. That, to me, and to a lot of the fans, was the last golden age of sprinting that we had.
Yeah.
And that's why I get in trouble sometimes now, because I know the behind the scenes, and I know that all these guys don't love each other and don't particularly like each other. But when I say it, they all play it down. Oh no! I don't have a problem with so and so. And I'm like,
Bitch.
More people would watch if you talk more shit.
Yeah. Yeah, because didn't Noah Lyles and somebody push each other at one point on a couple weeks ago on some race, and like they
that's a perfect example. And this is a case of when the Jamaican fans came for Noah's neck, I was like, he earned that.
Yeah.
So Oblique, who again before this year 8th and last in the Olympics, 4th and 4th in his last 3 championship races. So this year, he's looking good. He's beaten Noah twice, and people are like, yeah, but he's got to do it at Worlds. Now you come out to Worlds now, and it's the very first round. And Oblique, I don't know what happened to him. It's like he heard a different gun.
Mm-hmm.
He almost didn't get it. I shouldn't say almost. It was one of those like, oh, shoot, what happened there?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And Noah, who wins his heat, when he is interviewed, he gets asked about, hey, did you see Oblique? And when Noah looks at the camera and says, oh, yeah, man, he going to have a problem. That brother's panicking in the back. And I went, and the Jamaican fans, rightfully so in this case, came for Noah's neck. And then they came for him more when Oblique beat Noah in the final. I'm like, that's what the fan base is supposed to do.
Right.
And I thought that was a little out of line for Noah. But listen, I will defend Noah's right to say that because that's what our generation would have done.
Okay.
The game is sports. The game has to be played. I know that Noah and Oblique actually get along just fine. They actually like and respect each other. But the game has to be played. This is not marbles.
Yeah.
It's a fight. And if I see you having trouble, hell yeah, I'm gonna highlight it. So I understood why Noah said it, but I also agreed with the Jamaican fans that came for Noah's neck. And then of course Oblique won. So the Jamaicans were like,
all over
Noah!
Yeah, shut your mother.
That is when our sport is at its best.
Yeah.
Keep it classy, keep it on the track, and then by all means have a go at each other. Is when it gets disrespectful and when it gets a little ridiculous that I go, no. Let's rein it back in a little bit.
Well, when are you gonna come back again and hang out with us, man? Because the next
anytime.
Yeah.
I suspect that when stuff gets revealed, there will be cause to come back.
Yeah.
So let's plan to do it soon.
Yeah, for sure. And Maverick, watch my boy. Don't play with my boy's name. Don't play with my boy name, Maverick. I don't like you. You too greasy on TV. I don't like you. Watch that small
Maverick getting real cuss tonight, boy.
Watch that talk when you talk about Small Island and cricket and Keith Mitchell and these people. Keith Mitchell is my boy. Don't play around. Don't play. But thank you, Ato, for coming through. I love you in real life. We're friends in real life. We're deep in real life.
Real life.
Cause I said I'm gonna have to start calling out some of my heavy hitter friends so I could just build back what I'm trying to build back too.
Absolutely.
I gotta get back
Anytime
up
you need me, I'm here.
All right, love you so much.
Anytime you need me, I'm here.
All right, have a good evening.
Honey, you too.
Take care, brother. We love you. Okay.
All right, love you too.
Yes, sir. So, guys, there we have it, Mr. Ato Boldon. My boy in real life. You didn't know I had friends in real life, right? Yeah, I had real friends in real life. So if you are watching this right now, please drop a like on this video. Also, if you want to, this is the first World Watch Wednesdays. So World Watch Wednesdays is going to kind of take us into more World Watch topics. So I figured track and field and Ato Boldon being around the world and all that and coming back from the World Championships would have been a good start. So next week, I don't know what topics we're going to have. If you want to, in the playback, leave a comment, please. Drop a like on this video. And let me know who you want to see next if you want me to talk to somebody else. Not Maverick, though. Because I ain't bringing his ass up here. That ain't going to happen. That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So someone said this was awesome, Alan H. Thank you. Roswell de Pisa, nice interview. Thank you. Roja, pleasure meeting Boldon. Yeah, man. Ato's real. He's as real as they get, man. Real, where you been? Japan and Monaco are both small islands. Says something about that. Yeah, remind them. Tell them. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in today. Yeah, don't spell Boldon with an E. He will spaz out. He don't like to see that. It's Boldon. You ever spell his name Bolden, he will not like that. He will check you on that, right? So yeah, make sure you spell his name right. So thank you guys. And like I said in the comments, leave who you think I should bring on next week for the next week Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. I'll be back here tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. on the dot. Dancehall Discourse. We got a lot of stuff to talk about in dancehall. And then Fantastic Friday. I might be having some soca people come through. Don't know who I'm gonna have just yet, but someone say you must be rich because you have the connections, but don't bring them on. You know what it is? I didn't know I didn't know I was in a competition with the rest of these nigglets out here, and everybody's running off their mouth talking about I ain't this and I ain't that. So I said maybe I better get up and start running and let these fools know that I am the one that gets the job done. Hold on, who's that? I gotta drop that tune. Oh, I gotta drop that tune. Come on. You know I gotta drop that one. Hello.
Hey, yo, Teddy.
Yo.
I ran into that young lady Maria last night.
Ato Boldon in the building.
My husband's payday. Because she bought me this here brand new diamond link that you see me with on. You know what I'm saying? You know why?
You want me to get up and do the running man?
But I get the job done.
I'll work. Baby.
I'll work. Baby. The question at hand is how do I love thee? I'll count the ways where girls don't shove me. One by one you can come and caress me, undress and molest me, but you can't possess me. Because I love a young lady that's beautiful, but one that's smart for me is more suitable. In other words, to make it simple and plain, you gotta have a brain in order to be this pain. But in the case of not becoming my lady, I take them 80 to 80, dumb, cripple, and crazy. Crisp and clean with no caffeine and a pair of spandex or either tight jeans. Preferably the ones with the Chinese cuts, but I'll take them with the weave hanging down to their butts. And then just step up in a large sum like Martin Luther King, I can overcome. I got the job done. I'll work. I got the job done. I'll work, baby. I got the job done. I'll work. I got the job done. I'll work, baby. Some of your ladies make moves too quick and settle down without having a large pick. Rush into becoming some poo-puss wife, and no longer do you enjoy the married life.
You guys didn't know I don't know them old school R&B tunes, man. I'm bad in this building, you know. Come on, DJ Babbzy's bow here, you know. This one's up for all my haters. This one is for all my haters. Why don't they just they say I'm crazy. Don't give a damn. Live. You guys didn't know that I know all these tunes, man. Come on, man. I was a kid once, you know. You know what I'm saying? This is the ultimate dance tune, and I'm gone. Then I'm gone. I'm not sticking up here tonight. I gotta go.
Pumps in a back, pumps in a back. We like the girls with the pumps in a back.
Pumps in a back.
Pumps in a back. We like the girls with the pumps in a back. Pumps in a back, pumps in a back. We like the girls with the pumps in a back. Pumps in a back, pumps in a back. Give me the girls with the pumps in a back. That's when I get another spot.